So, hi, welcome back to Ego, the skill provider. Today, I have taken a quite interesting topic for you. You know what's that? It's all about I'm going to give you some expression or sentences, and you can use it whenever it is required. So, it's just like ready-made things for you. तो ମୁଁ କହିବାର ଉଦ୍ଦେଶ୍ୟ ହେଉଛି whenever I teach you something, I give a lot of examples I give vocabs, I give a lot of things. But today, what exactly I'm going to give you? I'm going to give you some sentences, complete sentences or phrases that you can use whenever it is required. And believe me, these sentences are very much essential. These sentences are very much essential whenever you are trying to speak English. And this is called, every day you can use it. You can call it every expressions, or you can call it everyday phrases, or every day you are using also. I mean to say that whether you are a teacher, you are an engineer, you are a doctor, whoever you are, it doesn't matter, you guys are using. Okay, the first things I would like to inform you, this is something called I beg to differ with you. I beg to differ with you. Okay, I beg to differ with you. Quite interesting things. Okay, most of the times you don't know where exactly you can use it. Let me tell you, in your day-to-day life, check it out. The expression is called I beg to differ with you. It's a sentence. It's a ready-made sentence, right? So when you can use it, I beg to differ with you. Let me tell you. Suppose, let me give an example. I beg to differ with you. It is a statement, or you can say it is a sentence. Where exactly you can use? You can use it whenever you are trying to politely say to somebody that I don't want to agree with you. This is a polite way to, you know, feel your disagreement. Mean to say that, suppose I told you something and you are not in a position to accept it. You don't want, you feel no, this is not wrong. It is not right. That means completely wrong. So what exactly you can say? I'm sorry. I beg to differ with you. That means this is a polite way of disagreement. It's a polite way. So most of the time it happens whether you are in workplace or you are in a family meeting or with your friends, relatives, everywhere. ଆପଣ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଯୋଉମାନଙ୍କ ସହିତ ଥାଆନ୍ତି, so these are the things you can use it. I beg to differ with you. Remember that's quite interesting, and it has been used everywhere. Whenever you don't, suppose I told you some things and you feel this is not right, then how can you say, sorry sir, I beg to differ with you. I beg to differ with you. So what do you mean by that? Whenever you say I beg to differ with you, I mean to say that you are not in total agreement with me, because your opinions and my opinions are entirely different. Or you feel whatever I say or whatever I said was wrong. It was not correct. It was not up to the mark. So the first things for today, I beg to differ with you. It is a complete statement. You are not supposed to add anything. Nothing has to be added. Only thing is that you have to use it. You got the point? Let me create the situation. For example, upon a meeting, you are in a meeting, the first things. Or you are in a team meeting with your, with your colleagues. Or you can say you are in a family meeting. ଯୋଉଠି ଆପଣଙ୍କର କୌଣସି ଗୋଟେ ଲୋକର ମତାମତ ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଠିକ ହେଲାନି, ତ you can tell rudely, no, that is not right, this is wrong, this is right, like that you can say. So that is, you are behaving rudely. But in a team meeting, suppose you are a software engineer or you are a teacher and you have a team meeting going on about the preparation for examination. So that time your principal said something, your other colleagues said some things, and some of the points that you did not accept, then how can you say, I'm sorry, I beg to differ with you? in that particular situation. Okay. Sorry, I beg to differ with you. I'm sorry, I beg to differ with you. Without telling sorry, also you can say, I beg to differ with you. So that is something called, it is a kind of politely saying that you are not in a position to accept some of the points. Got it? Clear? It's clear to everybody? Can I get a thumbs up mark? Are you getting my point, everybody? Eta ବୁଝି ପାଇଲେ ସମସ୍ତେ? Yes or no? Okay, great. So this is a very interesting thing. I beg to differ with you. And you know, it has been used everywhere. It has केवल खाली गोटे situation no, you can use it in so many different situations. That's very interesting also. You can use it in so many different situations. I beg to differ with you. That means I am not in total agreement. But I politely say it. It's not, ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ଆମେ ତ ଯେତେବେଳେ କାହା ସହିତ disagreement ଥାନ୍ତି, so that time sometimes you protest, sometimes you say something very rudely, loudly. But in this particular situation, you can say very politely, I'm sorry, I beg to differ with you. I'm sorry, I beg to differ with you. Okay. The next one, I mean to say, okay. Sometimes you use a word something called I mean to say, I mean, or I mean. I mean to say or I mean. ଆପଣ ଏଟା ୟୁଜ କରୁଛନ୍ତି I mean, I mean କହିକି ହୁଏତ ଆପଣ ଓଡ଼ିଆ କହିଦଉଥିବେ, but whenever you are trying to speak English, what do you mean by that? I mean to say or I mean. So whenever you are going to say this one, you are supposed to say that some things whenever you are trying to justify, whenever you are trying to justify what you have said. Okay. That means you want to justify what you have just said or recently said. Okay. Suppose you want to justify what you have just said. You have just said something. I say, what do you mean? I mean to say, that means you are trying to justify. You are not trying to take it back. Try to understand. Suppose I say something and suppose I don't understand it. I say, what do you mean? I mean to say, that means you are trying to justify what you have said. Okay. So most of the time it happens. Look, I mean to say, then you are giving that statement, or I mean, then you are giving the statement. Take any examples. Suppose I say, like, suppose take an example of a verb. So I say, verb is an action word, but sometimes verb doesn't show any action. There is some words also, they don't show any action. You can call them verb also. So like that, I give a statement. Suppose you say, so what do you mean by that? That means you are trying to ask me the question again. Out question and I want to justify what I say. I mean, I mean means, or I mean to say, or I mean. You want to justify what you have said. Just upon what a statement ଦେଇଥିବେ and ସେଇ ସମୟରେ ଆପଣଙ୍କର ବସ୍ ହୁଅନ୍ତୁ, ଆପଣ କିଏ ବି କଲିଗ୍ସ ହୁଅନ୍ତୁ, ଆପଣ ଘର ଲୋକ ହୁଅନ୍ତୁ, ଆପଣ ପଚାରେ କଣ ତମେ କହୁଛ? What do you mean? I mean to say, ତାମାନେ ଆପଣ ଯାହା କହିଛନ୍ତି ତାକୁ ଆଉଥରେ justify କରୁଛନ୍ତି. That means you are not trying to, just you say it's wrong, it's bad, or something like that. You want to say that, this is right. What I say, that is correct. I mean to say what I say is correct. Like that you can say. Now this is clear. Look, let me give you all the 10 things, then you can ask me any questions. Now this is clear or you have any doubt? Look, these are the expression you are supposed to use every day. ଆପଣ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆମେ ପ୍ରାକ୍ଟିସ କରିବା, କମ୍ୟୁନିକେସନ ପ୍ରାକ୍ଟିସ କରିବା, ତ ସେଇ ସମୟରେ like you are supposed to use a lot of things like this. I'm sorry, I beg to differ with you. I mean to say, like that you have to say. So these are the things, it act as a ଆପଣ ଯୋଉ barrier ଅଛି, language barrier ଅଛି, so language barrier ଆଉ ରହିବନି. Let me tell you, you can easily overcome that. You can easily pick it up. Okay, great. The third one, something called contrary to the popular belief. Contrary contrary to the popular belief. Contrary to the popular belief, then you have to give the statement. Don't worry, let me explain it. What do you mean by this one? Contrary to the perception or contrary to the popular belief. When you can use this one? Try to understand. Let me give a example in Odia. Okay. ସମସ୍ତେ ଭାବୁଛନ୍ତି ଗୋଟେ ଜିନିଷ କିନ୍ତୁ ଆପଣ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ସେୟା ନୁହେଁ ସମସ୍ତେ ଭାବନ୍ତି ଆପଣ ଏମିତି କହୁନାହାନ୍ତି ସମସ୍ତେ ଭାବନ୍ତି ସେ ଗୋଟେ ଭଲ ପିଲା ହେଇଥିବ ବୋଲି କିନ୍ତୁ ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି ସେୟା ନୁହେଁ ଆପଣ ମାନେ କେହି ଜାଣିନାହାନ୍ତି ମୁଁ ତା ସହିତ ମିଶିଛି ତ contrary to the popular belief that he is a good boy actually he is not a good boy contrary to the popular belief he is not a good boy okay he is not a good guy ତା ମାନେ ସମସ୍ତେ କଣ ଭାବନ୍ତି ସମସ୍ତେ ଭାବନ୍ତି he is a good guy that's why you try to negate it contrary to the popular belief he is not a good guy there are so many countless examples ଆପଣ ଏମିତି ଦିଅନ୍ତି ଆପଣ ଗୋଟେ ଓଡିଆରେ ମୁଁ ଗୋଟେ ସିଚୁଏସନ କ୍ରିଏଟ କରୁଛି we are not doing to translate I am trying to create the situation ଆପଣ କୁହନ୍ତୁନି ଆପଣ ଯାହା ଭାବୁଛନ୍ତି ସେ ପିଲା ସେୟା ନୁହେଁ ଆପଣ ଭାବୁଛନ୍ତି ସେ ଭଲ ବୋଲି ସେ ଭଲ ନୁହେଁ ତ ଆପଣ କେମିତି କହିବେ ତାକୁ how exactly are going to say contrary to the popular belief he is not a good guy like that you have to always write it's a negative sentence because this itself say it's a negative sense এটা ଗୋଟେ negative sense ହେଇଗଲା okay and obviously you are trying to say popular belief ଟାକୁ ସେ negative ଆମେ କରୁଛନ୍ତି okay contrary means you are trying to contradict the fact popular belief ଟାକୁ contradict କରୁଛନ୍ତି and you have to say he is not a good guy contrary to the popular belief ଆପଣ କଣ ଭାବନ୍ତି popular belief କଣ ଅଛି United States is a very industrialized nation and there is no beggar ଆପଣ ଭାବୁଥିବେ ଯେ ଇଣ୍ଡିଆରେ ବହୁତ ବେଗାର ଅଛନ୍ତି because we are just like a developing country whereas United States the UK the German France Netherlands these are called very industrialized nations highly developed nations so they don't have beggars like that you can say contrary to the popular belief there is a lot of beggar in United States ତାମାନେ ଆପଣ ବିଲିଭ କଣ କରନ୍ତି ବିଲିଭ କରନ୍ତି ଯେ ୟୁନାଇଟେଡ ଷ୍ଟେଟ୍ସ ରେ ବେଗାର ନାହାନ୍ତି କିନ୍ତୁ ଏଇଟା ଲଗେଇଲା ପରେ ଆପଣ ଏଟା ପଜିଟିଭ କରିବେ ଯାହା ବିଲିଭ ଥିବ ତାକୁ ଆପଣ ନେଗେଟିଭ କରିବେ ଯାହା ବିଲିଭ ଥିବ ବିଲିଭ କଣ ଅଛି ଯେ ୟୁନାଇଟେଡ ଷ୍ଟେଟ୍ସ ରେ ବେଗାର ନାହାନ୍ତି there is not a single beggar found in United States এটা হচ্ছে belief ଅଛି but the thing is that contrary to the popular belief that there is enough beggars in the United States contrary to the popular belief acha Ganga is not clean the water of Ganga is not clean ଆପଣ କଣ ଭାବୁଛନ୍ତି popular belief ଅଛି ଗଙ୍ଗା ପାଣି ଶୁଦ୍ଧ କିନ୍ତୁ ଯୋଉମାନେ ଯାଇଥିବେ ଗଙ୍ଗା କୂଳକୁ ସେମାନେ ଦେଖିବେ ଅଶୁଦ୍ଧ ହୋଇଥାଏ because lot of pollutants just enter into the river so you can say contrary to the popular belief Ganga's water is not pure so like that there's so many examples are there's so many count देखो ये जो जिनछोड़ा मैं कहूची these are the things you are supposed to use just like ame जाउचे just like fast food these are called fast food what is fast food you can go just have something means ready made things are there but when we are trying to go you are trying to cook something it's very tedious process you have to bring a lot of vegetables then you have to cook it will take some time right but you are going to a stall where everything is ready made you are just going to have it and come back exactly these are called ready made things you can use it straight away only thing is that based on the situation a situation जोटा एटा situation जोटा आर situation संपूर्ण अलग आपण यूज करछंती मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम रे आपण एमती भी कहउछंती आपण सिना भाबुछंती एमती कहउनांती आपण सिना भाबुछंती जे यूनाइटेड स्टेट सबठु भलो स्टेट बोली माने देश बोली किंतु सेटा बहुत करप्ट स्टेट contrary to the popular belief the USA is a corrupt country like that you can say. So what I mean to say, ଆପଣ ମାନଙ୍କର ଭାବୁଛନ୍ତି ଶ୍ରୀଲଙ୍କା is a very small state, it doesn't grow like India, ଏଟା ହଉଛି ଆମର belief। କିନ୍ତୁ ଆପଣ ମାନଙ୍କର ଶ୍ରୀଲଙ୍କା ବୁଲିକି ଆସିଛନ୍ତି, ଆଉ ଆପଣ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ଆପଣ ଯାହା ବି ଭାବୁଛନ୍ତି ସେୟା ନୁହେଁ। Contrary to the popular belief, Sri Lanka is a industrialized nation. It has a lot of eco I mean tourism, a lot of things are there, so you can describe like that। so there are so many things are there। ତାମାନେ ଆମେ ସମସ୍ତେ ଗୋଟେ ଭାବୁଛନ୍ତି, ଆପଣ ଗୋଟେ ଜିନିଷ ଆବିଷ୍କାର କଲେ, ଆପଣ ଏଇଟା ନେଗେଟ କରି କହିବେ। so there suppose you can say like contrary to the popular belief, Bollywood is they are not Bollywood always influence some bad things। obviously ଆମେ କହୁଛୁ Bollywood ମାନେ ଆମକୁ ଇନଫ୍ଲୁଏନ୍ସ କରୁଛୁ ବୋଲି, yes ଇନଫ୍ଲୁଏନ୍ସ କରୁଛି, not in a positive way। ଯଦି ସେଇଟା ଆପଣ କହିବା ପାଇଁ ଚାହୁଁଛନ୍ତି, contrary to the belief, Bollywood always influence the youth in a negative way, like that। there's so many examples you can take। so basically contrary to the popular belief, then you have to tell some things, and that's a very powerful expression। okay, the fourth one, okay, let me complete everything, then you can, it's not my cup of tea, it's not my cup of tea। it's not about the cup and tea, it's not my cup of tea means एक चा कपटा मोर नुहे, it's not like that। it's not my cup of tea means I don't like it, I don't like it। suppose I don't like math is a very difficult paper for me, I can say math is not my cup of tea, math is not my cup of tea। if you say it is my favorite subject, it is my cup of tea, it's not my cup of tea, it's my cup of tea। so whatever you don't like, you can say it's not my cup of tea। suppose you don't like English, you can say English is not my cup of tea। if you don't like mathematics, you cannot say it's not my cup of tea। for food also, suppose you don't like fast food, you can say fast food is not my cup of tea, fast food is not my cup of tea। that means I don't like it, right? so why you can use it, these are called expressions, these are called ready-made things, you can use it straight away, you are not doing anything extra, you are trying to use it straight away। and this is the right way, it is going to give you the most needed momentum to speak English। suppose you don't like watching television, you can say watching television is not my cup of tea, cricket is not my cup of tea means you don't like cricket। so some things you don't like, you can say it's not my cup of tea। now it's clear to everybody, yes or no? Clear?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, the fifth one, I'm going to give you tens of different things, how does that sound? Look, this is an expression you can use to get opinion from others। that means what is your opinion, you mean to, how does that sound, how does that sound means suppose I say guys we have only 7 days left in this particular month, or maximum 5 to 6 days left in this month, so what exactly I'm going to do, next month onwards I'll get a lot of time, and I want to tell you guys that you can you can do a lot of practice, and I have to take some practice for you, and practice sessions has already been they are with me, and the only thing is that I'll give some extra things, then we can do start practicing। then how does that sound, then you can say it sounds interesting, sir। so how does that sound means what is your opinion, what do you think, what do you think, okay, meaning is that what do you think, how does that sound, what do you think, exactly same meaning, but the thing is that this is something called American English। I already informed you that sounds good, that sound interesting, so how does that sound, So that is how the people of America express some things. How do you think? This is almost British communications. This is called British English. ବ୍ରିଟେନର ଲୋକମାନେ ଏମିତି ବ୍ୟବହାର କରନ୍ତି and we are very much and what do you think ଆପଣ ଦେଖିଥିବେ ବହୁତ ଗୋଟେ ଲେଖାରେ ଆପଣ ଏଇଭଳିଆ ପାଇବେ because this is called British communications. We are completely acquainted with it. But whenever we say how does that sound, this is a spoken English expression and informal way. This is informal means spoken English. How does it sound? What, suppose you have told me, guys, tomorrow, 5 o'clock we are free, so let's go for a movie. Suppose you put forward certain opinion, or you're trying to suggest some things, and you a lot of friends are there, 5 to 6 friends are there with you. ଆପଣ ତାକୁ ପଚାରୁଛନ୍ତି କେମିତି ପଚାରିବେ how does it sound? Yeah, it sounds good, it sounds interesting, it's a nice idea, like that you can say. So how does that sound? That means you want to say what do you think about it? What do you think about it? That's just like I just need your opinion. I just want to know your opinion. So instead of telling this, what do you think? You can use the spoken English expression. How does the sound? Clear? Everybody? Yes or no? ବୁଝିପାରୁଛନ୍ତି ସମସ୍ତେ?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. The sixth one, very interesting. Okay. Could you please come again? Look, it's a little bit confusing, right? So whenever I say, could you please come again? You feel like this, like no, to come again. No, it's not about coming again. It's all about to repeat the things what you have said. Suppose ମୁଁ ଆ ବିଷୟରେ କହିଥିଲି, I beg to differ is just like wow, like that I told you. Suppose you did not understand that. You can say, sir, could you please come again? That means please repeat the same. Try to explain the same things again. So that is something called repeat it. That is the meaning of come again. Repeat it. Could you please repeat it? That means come again. So why it is very important? Like, come again, come again, come again. That means I just suppose, you are telling something to me and I was a little bit distracted. I could not listen it properly. So obviously, ମୁଁ କଣ କହିବି ଆଉ ଥରେ କୁହନ୍ତୁ. So instead of telling that, please repeat it, please say it once more. These are called written communication. Spoken English hochi come again, come again. Suppose I'm asking. Suppose Tapaswini ma'am, I'm asking some question to Tapaswini ma'am. So Tapaswini ma'am was answering me, or he was he was answering my question. So in that particular situation, what happens? No, I could not listen something due to bad network, or there some issue was there. So that time I can ask it, please come again, please come again. So come again means repeat it, or please say the same things again what you told right now. So this is something called come again. And this is every time. Suppose I'm your boss and you are sitting before me, I need some clarification from your side. And suppose you are trying to clarify it, sometimes I'm unable to comprehend it, I'm unable to get it. I can say come again, come again. That means please try to explain it once more, or I can say repeat it. So whenever you are trying to repeat something, you can say come again, come again, come again. I'm sorry, come again, come again. Getting my point, everybody? Yes or no? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
Clear. So take a screenshot.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Please take a screenshot so that I can go to the next one. Because I need to just erase it. This is very interesting and important also, my friends. Okay, because you guys are completely not using it. These are called referred to spoken English. ମୁଁ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ବାରମ୍ବାର କହିଛି ଏଟାକୁ ଆମେ spoken English expression କହୁଛନ୍ତି. It's all about spoken English. ଆପଣ ଏତେ written English ବହୁତ କମ ବ୍ୟବହାର କରନ୍ତି. Okay, I beg to differ with you. I beg to differ with you. I'm sorry. I beg to differ with you. Come again, come again. Okay, and it's not my cup of tea. Suppose I'll ask you, let's go for a movie. Movie? Oh my God, it's not my cup of tea. ତାମାନେ କଣ? I don't like it. So that is something called very informal way you are trying to express yourself, right? So that's why it is very interesting also. Suppose they say, what do you mean? I meant to say that he's a bad guy. Suppose upon koidele, he's not a good guy. What do you say about him? I mean to say that he's a bad guy. You are trying to repeat the same. You are trying to, so justify what you say. Do you know what happens? I mean to say that he is a bad guy. You don't know what he had done yesterday, what he did yesterday. He did a lot of things, bad things to the company. So I don't trust him. He's a bad guy. I mean to say that. Means you are trying to emphasize, you are trying to stress it. Okay. Contrary to the popular belief, Bollywood is not, all movies are pirated. Something like that I can say. It's not my cup of tea. How does that sound? How does it sound? It sounds good. That means what do you think about the opinion? Some things like that. And come again. Just like that. Could you please come again? I'm sorry, I can't hear it properly. Could you please come again? And please, repeat it, repeat it. So repeat is a written word. Repetition, repeat. Repeat is a verb. Repetition, repeatedly. These are called spoken written communication. ଆପଣ ଏଇ ଯୋଉଟା ୱାର୍ଡ ୟୁଜ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ରିପିଟ ତାହେଲେ ହେଲା ଭର୍ବ ସେଇଟା ତା ନାଉନ ହେଲା ରିପିଟେସନ ରିପିଟେଡଲି ମୁଁ ଆପଣ କହୁନ ମୁଁ ରିପିଟେଡଲି କହିବା ମାନେ କଣ ହେଲା ୟୁ ଆର୍ ଟ୍ରାଇଙ୍ଗ ଟୁ ୟୁଜ ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ an adverb. So it is not spoken English, written English. But the moment you can say come again, sorry, Suryakant sir, can you please come again, come again, come again? So come again means what you say, perhaps I don't understand that, plus I'm not able to figure it out. So please tell it once more. Please repeat it. So instead of telling that, you can say come again. That's all. Okay. So this is all about the 6 things. Let me write other things. You have taken the screenshot, everybody? Yes or no? Everybody
Yes,
is
sir.
taken?
Yes,
Great.
sir.
Okay, great. So right now, let me write the 7th one for you. Okay. The 7th one is very interesting also. Okay. Cut it out. Okay. Cut it out. Look, it's not cut it out. କାଟିକି ବାହାର କରିଦିଅ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ସେମିତି ଲାଗୁଛି नो ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ I have already informed you cut it out ଆପଣ ଏଇଟା ଦେଖିବେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ତାମାନେ ଆପଣ କଣ ଭାବିବେ କଣ କାଟିକି ବାହାର କରିଦବା out ମାନେ ତ ବାହାର cut ମାନେ କାଟିଦେବା it ମାନେ ଏହାକୁ ଆପଣ ଟ୍ରାନ୍ସଲେସନ କରିଦଉଛନ୍ତି नो it has a different meaning altogether ମୁଁ କହିଛି actually today this is a very interesting class ଯୋଉଟା କି ଆପଣ daily basis ରେ use କରିବେ spoken English my dear friends it is all about spoken English ଆପଣ ଲେଖିବେନି ଏଇଟା କୋଉଠି କାରଣ ଦି ପ୍ରକାର ଇଂଲିଶ ଆପଣ ଓଡିଆରେ କଣ ଦିଟା କହୁନାହାନ୍ତି ଆପଣ ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଗୋଟେ ଆକ୍ସିଡେଣ୍ଟ ହେଇଗଲା ଆପଣ ଚାହୁଁଛନ୍ତି ଗୋଟେ ଏଫଆଇଆର କରିବା ପାଇଁ ତ ଏଫଆଇଆର ଟା ଯଦି ଯୋଉ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ଆପଣ ଯାହା କହୁଛନ୍ତି ସେୟା ଲେଖୁଛନ୍ତି କି नो ରିଟିନ୍ ଆଣ୍ଡ ସ୍ପୋକନ ଓଡିଆରେ ମଧ୍ୟ ଲେଖୁଛନ୍ତି ଫରଗେଟ୍ ଆବାଉଟ୍ ଇଂଲିଶ ଆପଣ ଯାହା କହୁଛନ୍ତି ତାକୁ ଲେଖୁନାହାନ୍ତି ଆପଣ ଏମିତି କହିବେ ଗୋଟେ କାଜୁଆଲ ୱେରେ କହିବେ ମୁଁ ସେଠି ଠିଆ ହେଇଥିଲି ମତେ ଆସିଲା ସେ ପଛଆଡୁ ପିଟି ଦେଲା ମୁଁ ପଡିଗଲି ମୋ ହାତ ଭାଙ୍ଗିଗଲା ମୋ ସହିତ ଯୁକ୍ତି କରୁଛି like that lot of things but when we are trying to write an application to an IAC or is in charge of a police station you become so docile on all the ornamental words comes to mind ମହାଶୟ ନିବେଦନର କାରଣ ହେଇକି ଯେ like that you use a lot of things ତ ସେଇଟା written ସ୍ପୋକନ ଇଂଲିଶ ରେ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ମୁଁ ଫୋନ କରିବି ମୁକ୍ତିକାନ୍ତ ସାର୍ କଣ ହେଲା ନା ସାର୍ ସେ ଛିଡା ହେଇଥିଲେ ଗୋଟେ ପିଲାଟାକୁ ଡ୍ରିଙ୍କ କରିକି ଆସି ମତେ ପିଟି ଦେଲା ଏଇଟା କଣ ଆମେ ଲେଖନ୍ତି नो you write in a very different way ସେମିତି ଇଂଲିଶ ଏଇଟା ହଉଛି written spoken English just speak it up come again but ଆପଣ ଯଦି ଲେଖିବେ please could you please repeat same again ଏଇଟା ହେଲା repeat could you please repeat it but whenever you're trying to say it please come again like that okay so this is called spoken English so cut it out means try to understand stop doing something bad okay what do you mean by stop doing something bad let me tell you my friends suppose uh, your student is not listening to you they are doing a lot of mischief you caught one guy red-handed and this is a bad practice they are doing suppose somebody is copying you are a teacher you are an invigilator in an exam ଆପଣ ଇନଭିଜିଲେଟର ଅଛନ୍ତି, ଗୋଟେ ପିଲାଟେ କପି କରୁଛି, ଆପଣ ତାକୁ ଧରିଲେ କଣ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ତାକୁ? କପି ବନ୍ଦ କର, next time I'll check it out, I'll throw you out. You can say cut it out, stop doing something bad, cut it out, same things, cut it out, that's all. ତାମାନେ ଏଇଟା ଆପଣ କହିବା ଦରକାର ନାହିଁ, ଆଉ କପି କରନି, ସେମିତି ନ କହିକି cut it out. ସପୋଜ ଆପଣ ଦେଖିଲେ ଆପଣଙ୍କ ଛୁଆ ଯୋଉଟା ଖାଇବା କଥା ନୁହେଁ ସେଟା ଖାଉଛି, what do you say? What is this? Cut it out. Okay, so cut it out. Yes, yes sir. Susan sir, are you trying to say something?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay, so cut it out means stop doing something bad. So it is in a form of advice you can give to others. Like you can tell your kids, hey, I have seen a lot of time you guys are not studying well, cut it out. That means don't, whatever the bad practice, stop doing that. A guy is playing in the open air, like or you can say it's drizzling and he's playing, so obviously he'll caught a cold or she will caught a cold. So that time you can say cut it out. So cut it out means basically this is an office expression, right? So whenever suppose I'm supposed to come office by 10 o'clock, I have to punch. Okay, I have to punch it by 10 o'clock. Right now it's 10:15. What my boss will tell, my dear employee, I have seen you many times, you are late, cut it out. That means don't repeat the same. Stop it. Stop doing the same. Cut it out. So whenever you find anything bad, okay, you are trying to say the same things to the, to that guy, or you want to tell that guy, stop it. Then you can say, cut it out. Okay. This is something called cut it out. The next one. 8. Drop me a line. What do you mean? This is also an informal talking. Okay, this is something called an informal way of speak something. Okay, so what do you mean by this? That means it is something. Send me an email or later. But letter are almost obsolete. Nobody using letter these days. So email. Okay, send me an email. Drop me a line. So suppose I am the boss. Okay, and you are my employees. I say, sir, I have completed it. Are you sure? Yes. Okay. Do things. Drop me a line stating that you have completed it. Drop me a line. That means send me an email. Drop me a line. This is a very powerful expression in IT industry. ଆପଣ ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ଯୋଉମାନେ IT industry କାମ କରୁଥିବେ, this expression the general managers, the TL and GLs used to ask their employees, okay, have you completed? Those who have completed the things, please drop me a line. Drop me a line. So drop me a line means send me an email. The same thing happens everywhere also. If you are working in a banking sector and you have completed some task, or it is required for you that I need to write some things for you, you can say, can I drop a line for you, sir? Yes, of course, why not? Please drop me a line immediately. So drop me a line means send me an email. So like that. Okay. The next one, 9. I can't figure it out. I can't figure it out. So what do you mean by that? I can't figure it out. What do you mean by that? I can't figure it out. That means I can't understand, or I don't understand it. I can't understand. Suppose I told you something, and suppose drop me a line. I explained it, but you could not understand it. You can say, sorry sir, come again, because I can't figure it out. Means I can't understand. What exactly you're telling, I can't understand. So I can figure it out. So sometimes, I'll ask you, suppose I'll just give a mathematics question. Okay, you are a mathematics teacher. I give you a mathematics teacher. I'm a question. So we are trying to find it out. Can you? I'm sorry, I can't figure it out. I can't figure it out. Means I can't understand it. So whenever you don't understand anything, you can say I can understand. I cannot understand. So the moment suppose ଆପଣ ବୁଝିବା ପାଇଁ ଚେଷ୍ଟା କରୁଛନ୍ତି କେମିତି କହିବେ I am trying to figure it out. Okay, wait for 5 minutes. I'm trying to figure it out. Whenever you're thinking and trying to find it, you do like this, action like this. Okay, okay. Allow me 5 minutes. Let me think something, think over it, and I'm trying to figure it out. Figure it out. Figure it means trying to understand. Can't figure it out. Can't understand. ବୁଝିବା ପାଇଁ ଚେଷ୍ଟା କରୁଛି, right? So this is a very powerful expression. Look, these things are very important whenever you are trying to speak English. This is called spoken English expression, not written English. ମୁଁ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ବାରମ୍ବାର କହୁଛି there is a ଯେମିତି ଆମେ ଓଡ଼ିଆରେ କହୁଛେ written and spoken ଭିତରେ difference ଅଛି, exactly same way you can find a lot of difference between English and written English and spoken English. Spoken English ଯାହା written English ସେୟା ନୁହେଁ. And if you feel that whatever you are trying to say that it's okay, no, somewhat you have to change yourself. And you guys are not able to speak because you are always bringing the technique that you have already learned in written communication, trying to do the same in spoken English, and that's the problem. I can't figure it out. I can't understand it. I'm sorry, sir, I can't figure it out. Come again. Could you please come again, sir? Like that. Okay. The next one. I am broke. Break, broke, broken. Okay. तो आपण भाबुथिबे जेटा broke माने भांगी जिबा. मु भांगी पडिछि like that. No, it's not like that. I am broke means I have no money right now. I have no money. Okay. So cut it out. Stop doing something bad. Drop me a line. Send me an email. I can't figure it out. I can't understand it. I am broke. I have no money. I suppose right now I have no money. If somebody asks me, could you please give me $100? I'm sorry, I'm broke. ତାମାନେ କେମିତି କଣ ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ, this is called spoken English. ମୁଁ ଧରନ୍ତୁ ମୋର ଗୋଟେ ଫ୍ରେଣ୍ଡ ହଉଛନ୍ତି ମୁକ୍ତିକାନ୍ତ ସାର୍. ତ ମୁକ୍ତିକାନ୍ତ ସାର୍ଙ୍କର ମୋର ଯାଉଛୁ, ବସରେ ଯାଉଛୁ, କାରରେ ଯାଉଛୁ, whatever the convenience may be. So that time ମୁଁ କହିଲି ସାର୍ ଗୋଟେ $500 ମତେ ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ. ଆଉ ସାର୍ ମୋ ପାଖରେ ଏବେ ପଇସା ନାହିଁ. I have to go to an ATM and take it out. So that time, I'm sorry, I am broke. I have no money. That's a temporary. You are not a beggar. I am broke means I have no money right now. Right now. Okay. So these are the things how exactly you can use whenever you're trying to speak English. This is called spoken English. This is all called spoken English. Okay. Please send me a message. Please send me an email. That's called written English. Please drop me a line. Possible for you to drop me a line. So this is how exactly you can speak it up. Now, I request everybody to ask me any questions they